Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. Today I'm with Brenda and Jan, and this topic is the greenhouse. That it was kind of a group effort, but I want you all to kind of go over what we did here.
Okay, so Brenda is my really good friend from work. Then we're both retired now.
Yes.
Okay, and where did y'all work at?
Yes.
University of Missouri.
Okay, and Brenda, what was your capacity there?
I was associate professor of biochemistry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow, and you taught a lot of kids up there.
I taught a lot of freshmen and
Yes.
some seniors.
Yes.
And I still hear from them for academic advising. I'm emerita now.
Yes. Well, if I ever went to college, I would have prayed that I would have got a professor like Brenda.
Yeah.
Because she's a people's person, I can tell you that.
She keeps you accountable.
Jen went to my class.
Yes, and I worked with her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. She worked in my lab for a bit.
And Jan, you were a lab
Manager.
Lab manager.
She kept the professors who ran the lab in line.
For
Yes.
biochemistry.
Yes.
Yes.
That's where we really got connected.
And you made up the solutions and such.
Yes.
Yeah.
We had enough problems.
Yeah.
But let me just give a plug. Brenda is a master beekeeper, gardener, and tree.
I worked for CARP, which is the Columbia Aquatic Restoration Program, and for the city tree keepers.
Okay.
So the city has taught me a lot as well.
You're a master of a lot of trades then.
She wears lots of hats.
I do. Yeah, not at all right now, but
So we have this area here
Okay.
that has been, quote, the intern garden, which really means only one intern group did anything, and it has just gone to muck.
Yep.
And so I decided that there are no longer going to be interns involved. Brenda lives in town and is needing,
I need to play.
she likes to garden. So go ahead.
I do. So my backyard, so I'm in the city, we have a homeowners association, and the first thing I did when I bought my land was basically dig up the back third of the yard.
Right.
And turned it into a garden, putting native plants, native flowers,
Okay.
and vegetables.
Yep.
And then about 2 years later, my neighbor said, you know, you can't have gardens in our homeowners association. I swear I thought he was kidding. So I just continued to plant at that point. So I kind of filled in all of the growable space, and I'm looking to expand.
So you couldn't have a garden.
Technically, you're not supposed to have gardens.
You can't
But-
grow your own food.
In theory, yes. But
Wow.
since I have, so the homeowners association president came by and said, oh, well, you have native plants, you have wildflowers.
Okay.
It's clearly not a vegetable garden. It is a mixed garden, and technically there's nothing in the homeowners association that rules that out.
Gotcha.
So I kind of played a loophole. And when I met my husband the first Christmas, he gave me a beehive, and I've been a beekeeper ever since.
Wow.
It's been about 15 years now.
And you are pretty good at capturing bees too.
Yes.
We'll
So-
have another video on that one.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
So y'all been building swarm boxes?
Yeah.
What's a swarm box?
So the way the bees naturally propagate themselves is when they run out of space, or they have too many. Basically, when they run out of space,
Yes.
they produce a new queen, and the old queen plus some of the bees, about a half to a third of the bees that are there, will fly off to make a new home. And the
Okay.
remaining bees, they've laid eggs and they turn them into queens, and those will basically be the new hive. So the ones that have gone away are looking for a hive. So if you put a box that looks like a good home up in a tree, odds are, well, you have to kind of be lucky,
Yeah.
that the swarm will actually move into the box.
Okay.
Which you can then take out of the tree and put into a hive, and you get literally freebies.
A free hive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, freebies.
Yeah. Freebie. I love that. Brenda, I'm a little slow, but freebies. I love it.
Oh,
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah. So anyway, so we'll talk about these another day. That will
Yep.
be another little video.
Yeah.
So this greenhouse was sadly neglected. Tammy and Cole have built this beautiful greenhouse, and then someone moved in and dug dirt, tore it up. Then one of them took all the plastic, and then I don't know. It has been in sad repair. So we spent
And over years, the wood rotted.
Yeah.
So here's the wood rotted pile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll scavenge that for something.
Yep. Yep.
But,
Maybe a Hugo bed or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
On
So
the to-do list.
so Greg and Brenda and I have spent about three
Yeah, 3 afternoons.
Three
3 to 4 hours at a
afternoons.
time.
taking that salt sawed lumber that he showed you in the video,
Yep, the cedar.
the cedar, and then we've rebuilt it. If you want to just kind of go to the side.
Yep.
And
Yeah. So the
show the outside of it.
Yeah, so the frame itself was, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5 cattle panels.
pig panels. 'Cause they're short.
Pig
Look,
panels.
Some are pig and some are cattle.
Yeah, the wider ones, the 5-footers, like this one, would be a cattle panel.
Yeah, there's 3 cattle and 2 pigs.
Yeah, and that's a pig. The pig is closer together and not as tall. So it gives you a little more strength.
So this is about 16 feet long.
So why did you all do this right here?
So this is the window for ventilation,
Okay,
and we've got screen on there, so theoretically critters won't be able to go in.
okay, that's
Just
cool.
having it up will prevent it.
Yep.
And then the door.
Ta-da!
Yeah.
Ah, here we go. So you've got a walkway in there. You
Yeah.
put some pea gravel down on geotextile.
Yep.
And then I'm 5'10", 5'9", 5'10", so there's plenty of headspace.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
actually
6
really
foot and I can
quite
stand
tall.
up in here, yeah.
Yeah, and there's a center berm, and Jan put some stepping stones in, so we can come over to
Come
the other
over to
side.
there, okay. Man, it's warm in here.
It is.
She
Yeah.
just measured it. It's 90 degrees.
Yeah, and it's about
So this is a
75 inside.
March 7th. It's still kind of chilly.
Yeah.
It's windy, but it's very comfortable in here.
But again, the windows on both sides offers cross ventilation.
Cross ventilation,
So it
yep.
doesn't get too hot.
Yeah, because it's west down
Yeah, it
there
faces
and
east-west.
east down here.
So this is our southern exposure.
I noticed you all ran a framework along the edge here of cedar,
Mm-hmm.
that 2x6,
Yep.
and then you just stapled your cattle panel or pig panels to that.
Yes.
Well, that's a good stout looking frame there.
Yeah.
So it's internally sound.
Yep,
And then these were, Tam and Cole twisted these together.
yep,
The twist ties in so we don't poke the plastic.
yep,
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
And then it took 4 of us to put the plastic up.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a windy day like today.
No, no. And then Greg cut the furrowing strips, and we screwed those down. And then it takes a little finesse to.
Yeah, to tuck in hold these in place so they're really nice and solid. But again, with the solid end frames,
Yep.
all built of
Yeah.
cedar.
Well, and the cedar, ladies, it's not going to rot.
No,
Yeah.
they'll be here forever.
So, somebody can replace the plastic 5 years from now, but the cedar will still be here.
right.
Right. So we're going to make another. Greg, we're going to make another. We're calling this like a keyhole.
Uh-huh.
A key. So we've got a garden there. This is a little farther than 4 feet,
Yep,
so we can work on this side
can
and
work
that
it a bit.
side.
yep.
And we're gonna. I don't know.
You've already got some plants in here. What are these, Brenda?
Yeah, so these are lettuce. So it's endive, some mesclun, varied colored lettuces, and some
It's not spinach.
no, it's a type of lettuce. So
Okay.
they're all different types of
Yeah.
lettuces and greens. Some arugula.
And you've got something started over there in that
Yeah,
and
so
that-
these are snap peas. Or snow peas, rather.
snow peas.
Yeah,
Wow.
so I started them inside. If you plant them out once they are about 2 to 4 inches tall, they're totally frost resistant.
Okay.
And then these last
Man,
2
those
rows
are
here
good
are
looking
are
plants.
chard.
Are chard?
Mhm.
Swiss chard?
Swiss chard. Yep.
Well, I can already see the little red.
Yep. The
Yeah.
stems are coming up already.
Yep.
Already showing the
I'll
red.
be darned.
Yep. And then Jan planted her tomato seeds here.
Okay.
So
Yep.
with their signs, so we know which one they are.
Yep.
And it's warm enough in here that they will definitely sprout faster here than
Oh,
anywhere else.
it's warm in here.
It is.
Then the.
And then these are garlics,
Okay.
which if they come up, they'll get planted outside.
Yep. Yep.
And these were just corms from liatris, a native flower that bees use as for pollen and nectar.
Okay. What are you going to use those plastic forks for?
So that's how I have found the best way to scoop the seeds, these out. Is just to come
Just
in.
use a fork.
Yeah.
I'll be darned. Look
Just
at
scoop them out
that.
like that.
Yep.
It's like serving cake.
Yep,
I'll
exactly.
be darned. That's a lot better than using your fingers.
Yeah, and they're really too small to pop them up through the bottom.
Yep.
And while these cells are small,
Yep.
basically I know they're only going to be in here for a few weeks,
Right.
and I need to get them up and running. And it's more for mass action than than anything.
Well, that's really cool.
So
I
we're
think
still-
you all going to grow some food in here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then real quick before we let this go, so Brenda, where are we going to put these peas once we get ready?
The hope is that they will go over here. And Jen and I have been playing with the broad fork.
Oh my gosh, look at that beast.
Yeah.
That is impressive.
Wow, look at that. So that's called the broad fork.
Yep.
Man, those tongs are what, 12 inch? They're over 12 inches long.
Yeah.
They're like 14. Wow. Yeah.
So we worked this up.
Yep.
Yeah.
All the way down through here. Yep.
Buck it in. It's sort of a girly way of doing it, but it works.
Yeah, look at
Wiggle
that.
it
Oh yeah, you're churning up some ground.
And look at this soil has been amended very well.
Yeah.
in. Yeah, so actually you can see if you go down about 4 to 6 inches, you
There's
can
the
eventually
clay.
find the clay.
Yeah.
But there's so much nice soil on top just by turning it. The weeds have died out already.
Yep.
And when I find big clumps, they go in the compost
Oh,
bin.
and what is this?
That's
The blue barrel.
The blue bin for recycling, the compost bin
You got holes drilled all through it.
for ventilation.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it doesn't go
So all the
anaerobic.
food waste goes in there from the boys' kitchen.
Well, and anything that
And
we'll
some
Yep.
green
process,
weeds,
Yep.
green weeds that won't go to seed.
Yep.
or if we process anything out here.
Yeah, exactly.
You've got little pink flags tied all over out there, Brenda. What's that all about?
So again, since this was out here before, the first thing I did was just, and I'm still doing, going around to figure out what's there.
Okay.
So the stick with the pink tie there looks like it might be asparagus,
Okay.
based
Yep.
on the dead greens that are there.
Yep.
The ones over here would look like milkweed to me,
Okay.
and that is a nut tree.
Yep.
And there are a bunch under that. I don't know what the tall tree is, but it's a purple beautyberry, a native bush that it's not so much for pollination, but the birds eat the berries in the fall.
Okay. So it's a good natural
It's a good
wildlife
native-
bird feed.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's a wild cherry, by the way.
Oh, that is a wild
Yeah,
thing.
that
Good.
tall one there. Yep.
The bark looks familiar, but again, until
Yep.
it leaves out, I don't really know my trees.
Yeah, and it's got an invasive autumn olive right beside it.
That
but-
Yeah,
one,
we
yeah,
know.
I was warned about that one. So that one may be one of the first to come out, but they got to figure out what to put in it.
We have plenty of autumn olives if you want to take some of those home with you, Brenda.
So anyway, so this whole, Ben and Isaac down there, that was all gnarly wood, cedars. And so they went through last spring because they were bored and they were brand new here, and they cut it. And then this fall we had the Johnny come in and clear it off.
Yep.
And then we went in there and reseeded it. And so this area, we're hoping
To renovate.
to
Yes.
renovate.
Rejuvenate.
Yes, absolutely.
So Brenda's,
We got water down there.
yeah. So we're
And
hoping.
We
that-
got a submersible pump.
We're hoping.
So maybe, well, it's that, I said it's a submersible. That's wrong. It's actually a jet pump that goes down in the well. I'm sorry, in the pond. So it's electric. But we're going to try and pump water up here.
Yeah. Permit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
so-
And Greg wants to build an arbor.
Yep.
That'd be really cool.
Yep.
So we could plant squash and cucumbers and things like that on it.
Yep,
And,
things that vine up.
Yeah.
Yep.
and a few grape plants.
or runner beans for
Yeah,
hummingbirds.
whatever.
Yep.
But anyway, Brenda's going to be driving this bus, and we're going to be assisting her. And this is going to be regenerated.
I'm excited.
Edible
excited.
And native edibles.
And
We're working-
wildflowers and pollinators and birds and all sorts of.
And folks, we're starting with soil where it hasn't been treated, where Brenda and Jan are starting. That soil out there by that bale is about 1.5 inches thick. And so really, we got, some work cut out for, but we got water. So you can grow things with water.
And we've got straw bales and Greg's going to be bringing us more slab wood so we can figure out.
And here's the
beds.
cows doing their part. We cleaned out the stock tree the other
Yeah.
day, a big pile of rotten hay with manure in there.
And all of that will help. That will become soil in the
Yes.
next year or two, and it will all make it better.
And I've already got my eyes on another pile of
Another big
hay.
pile.
Another pile of hay we can bring up here. And we got wood chips coming for
Yeah,
walkways.
for walkways.
Yep.
That'll be nice.
And so
And
if not,
I've got
sawdust.
2 very enthusiastic, passionate young ladies here, so I'm happy to be part of this. And if they'll help, I'll do what I can to help them. But I'm going to try and stay out of the way as much as I can because they're going for it, and I love it. So with
we
that,
got to go clean birdhouses.
yeah,
today.
they're going to clean tree swallow houses today. That's awesome. So you all have a great day, and we'll see you all down the road. Hit that subscribe button on the way out. Thank you.